Yo, guys, I hope you're well. So, guys, I've just got back from my bank and I had a very good experience. But it all started last night, guys, when I logged on via mobile phone banking and I tried to transfer an amount from my bank to my second bank. And just bear in mind, I don't usually use mobile phone banking or the app or whatever you want to call it, blah, 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 because I prefer to speak to people. It's just who I am. I'm not a technophobe or anything like that, but I prefer to do transactions with people because I know that we'll get it right first time. Anyway, so I went online or on my app, went to do the transaction, went to make a payment from my account to my second account, and then I got an error code, an RPS01 error code. So I looked at it and it said, if nothing corrects itself, try again in 4 hours' time. So I did it again, tried exactly the same payment 4 hours later, exactly the same error code, RPS01. So I went to the bank this morning. I had to do something anyway. And I went to the lady behind the till and she told me straight away, you need to go upstairs and speak to our fraud department. What? So as soon as I heard the word fraud, I started to get a little bit, really? So I went upstairs and I spoke to the guy at the desk. And a few minutes later, the lady came out and she took me to the desk and we went through my account. And I have to admit, I have to give praise where it's due. I've been with my bank since I was 17. And when you get good service, people, always let them know that you've had good service and thank them because it's rare to get good service. So when you do get good service, let them know that you've had really good service. Anyway, so to cut a long story short, this lady helped me, spoke to some person at the other end of the line from the fraud department, went through everything. And this is the interesting thing, guys, the really interesting thing. So I'm certain I'm not alone here. I've got more than one email account. I have more than one email account. So it's really weird because when I went through security with the guy at the other end, the email account I thought I had, which is my first email account I've ever had, wasn't the email account that the bank had on record. I was scratching my head. I looked at this lady and I said, what? Really? So I had to then have a quick think. And yep, I gave the person the correct email account. It's an email account I don't really use, to be honest with you. So it just shows you how little errors and mistakes and interactions I've had to have with my bank where it comes to problems and issues. Anyway, so got through that, went through the app, and for this was in front of the lady, in front of the person on the phone on the other end of the fraud department. tried it again, it wouldn't go through. And he told me that that RPS01 error code is just a generic error code. It should have been another error code I was given because at no point on my app, mobile banking app, whatever you want to call it, was I ever given the warning that there was something wrong with the account. All I knew was that I couldn't make the payment. And I was stressing that the payment hadn't been made twice. Anyway, we cut all that short. Everything was sorted out. And eventually we did a bit of ping pong, phone tennis, and we eventually got everything sorted out. It didn't take that long, actually, to be honest with you. But it's just a bit of a head scratcher there because when you need to prove that you are you. So I had my driving license, this, that, and everything else as well, blah, 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 did all the other bits and pieces. But it was just that email account. It didn't tally with the email account that my bank had on file for me. So I was just letting you know that sometimes things happen and it's only when you sort it out with a human being that things get sorted out and they get sorted out really quickly. Because if I had done that online by myself, I would never have been able to sort out that issue because I would have sworn 100% that the email account that I've always used in business, blah, 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 is the email account that my bank had on record. Wow, that was a head scratcher and that was an eye opener for me. So it's just the case that sometimes we too make errors. We too make errors as well as other people in the chain. So guys, just be careful in what you do. Be careful in information you give out and the information that comes into you as well, because as much as we want to be safe, and as much as I do get it that banks, businesses, etc., think it's easier for the customers, easier for them to transact their business. I personally, especially when you're dealing with decent sized sums of money, I personally prefer to deal with real people. So I just say to my bank, thank you so much. So for the lady who took me through and helped me out and helped me on my phone, this, that, and everything else, blah, 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 absolutely brilliant. To the guy at the other end on the fraud side of things, absolutely brilliant. Because when I was stumped to my email account, I was like, really? So I just think, guys, that as much as people think about technology, I really do appreciate the human touch. And I'd like to know down here in the comments section, do you not like the human touch? Do you prefer the world that we're moving to, which is everything's going through machine, robotics, this, that, and third, AI, blah, blah, blah? And this is not me bashing AI, robotics, or machine, blah, blah, automation, I should say. It's not me bashing it. It's just me saying that sometimes the human touch is the most important touch. And I pray that my bank doesn't lose the human touch, because when I have an issue, I would always want to go in person to the bank or to phone someone from the bank and speak to a human being, because sometimes those nuances that machines don't get, like if you go onto a bot or something, they don't get the nuance. And also sometimes we don't get the nuance that they're trying to give to us, because they're trying to give you like a workflow. Everything goes through the same workflow, but sometimes people have different issues that don't fit into the pattern of the workflow they're trying to push us into. So I was just letting you know, guys, just a very quick one. So yeah, generic error codes, speaking with the fraud department, speaking to human beings. But the most important thing is, yeah, I love that interaction with human beings. And the most important thing is to thank people when things go right. Because if people thank people when things go right, then sometimes people will defer from getting rid of people in the chain. Because I know there's a push to having everything done automatically, automate everything. But I think the most important thing in this life is having human beings in any chain. So guys, let me know down here in the comment section, just a short one there. Thank you so much to my bank. Thank you for sorting out the issues. Thank you for making certain that I can sleep at night tonight. But guys, make sure you look after yourselves, you look after each other. And yes, we do like to have happy endings on this channel. So guys, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel here at Tawnik TV, I would love for you to do that, because I do love a happy ending. So I don't like being morose and everything like that. That's why I normally smile, because I think this life is too short to always be angry and unhappy. So when good things happen, let me know as well. Let me know, contact me, and let me know here at Tawnik TV, and I'll let you guys know. So yeah, look after yourselves, enjoy the sun. The sun's out there, it's shining. And tomorrow apparently it's going to be hotter than Ibiza. So let's hold them to that. Hotter than Ibiza? Really? Let's see. Guys, take care.